Somebody will ask me, do you know where they're hiding? We don't know where they're hiding, but some people know where they go and meet them and negotiate. So where did they meet them? So if we want to be honest with ourselves, we want to be sincere with the whole thing, is to allow US to come in and do what they have to do and also guide Nigerian government. And at the same time, make sure that they prosecute any official or any government that have any that has any link with these people. They should not allow them, they should not cover them, they should not shield them. And that is the angle. I'm also asking myself, hope the government of US is also honest, which I believe they will be honest more than Nigeria, because a lot has happened. Now, let me come back to my village. June, July, I was here because of the killing of about over 14 people in my community. And we complained, we cried that look at what is happening. After killing more than 100 people, 2023, 2022, we cried out. At the end of the day, they rallied round. Now, I'm going to say this here because I need your mindset to also draw the attention of my local government chairman, Obiora, Obegu. You need to help me draw his attention. Please deploy police to Ebo farm settlement. Ebo farm settlement. The people that ran away from Egame, the farm settlement, and also Mbuji Ogbe, the farm settlement, they are now in Ebo farm settlement. Our farmers cannot go to farm unless they are being escorted by security men. And the moment the security leaves, those people will come. They have continuously destroying our crops. Few days ago, 2 people got missing, which were later recovered, showing you that things are still happening. And this is December. We're approaching December. These guys always strike when we're approaching December, November, December, January. That is when they come to strike. So I want to beg to appeal to you to please call the attention of Obiora to please redeploy police. The one in Ogbete is not enough because there is no road linking Ogbete to a Ebo farm settlement. One of the Ebo farm settlement, you need to do that is Adede, Ogomugo, and the rest of it. He has the data full. He has the data in his hand in a Ebo farm settlement. He should please do that fast so that we will not suffer another massacre. Don't forget, that is a boundary between Benue and Enugu State. So whatever is happening in Benue, we spill over to that our place, and that is why we suffered many attacks, and we are still suffering them. So please help me appeal to him. To conclude, it's not just the North. The terrorism, the killing has also spilled all over Nigeria, including the East. While they're fishing out the ones in the North, they should also fish out the ones in the Southeast. They should also fish out the ones in Southwest. The killing of people in Owo one time ago, and the ones in Kwara should not be ignored. They should make sure that they wipe out everywhere. And that is why I feel that the government of Nigeria can't just do that alone. They need the government of Trump. They need that alliance very fast. Within days, not something that they would delay. Because just like the last speaker said, some of their sponsors can tell them, withdraw. After 6 months, you come back. Don't do anything, don't kill, so that it will look as if everywhere is calm. And the world will say, oh, okay, nothing is happening now. Nigeria is safe. After 6 months, 1 year, they will come back in full force. No. That's why they really need to thoroughly do good job. And what he said is what I would say is happening in our place now. After the cry, as I entered Twitter, called a lot of people, we started making a campaign exposing their work. From that 2023 to 2025, after the last killing that happened July, there seems to be quietness. Nothing is happening again. The only thing I'm hearing is that they are destroying the farmers' crop and all of that. But they've not left those communities that were overrun by those Fulani militia. They've not left the place because the farmers have not returned to that place. They can't sleep over. They can't stay late. You have to go there, do what you have to do, and come back. And at the same time, they are still destroying their crop. So it's more like because of the media campaign and because of the cry of the people, everywhere kept quiet. Meanwhile, the request we made to the government that we want them being sacked or removed from that farm settlement has not been executed. They've not removed them from that farm settlement. They're still in that bush. They're still in that place. So if thorough work, honest alliance is carried out, I'm telling you, the people, things will just go down for the moment. Then later they will surface again. So to summarize my submission, sir, one, Nigeria can't do it alone, in honesty. They need Donald Trump. They need that alliance. They need that execution to happen. And they should not delay. Two, all the sympathizers, be you a Northerner, be you an Easterner, be you a Westerner, all the sympathizers should be prosecuted. Those that negotiated people, on what ground did they negotiate? They should bring them to book. They should make sure that they prosecute those people, all of them. And those that have been accused before, they should bring out their name. Those are things they need to do for us to know that Nigeria will truly protect us. Otherwise, I am not seeing anything Nigeria will do that will last, that will protect the Christian. Don't forget, you cannot.
Sorry, sir. I've raised my hand. That's an invitation for you to round up, please. Thank you.
Okay. I'll just round up. I wasn't looking at the. Sorry, I wasn't looking. I will just round up. Like I said, don't forget, Christians are still suffering persecution. You cannot argue or counter any opinion by the Muslim in the corner. If you do that, they will lynch you. It's still going on. So Christian genocide and Christian persecution is still very, very strong in the north. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Ihama, for your submission. The last time you were on this platform, I think it's about 3 or 4 months ago. I can't remember exactly how many months ago we were here. You did request for something. I did reach out, and I was promised that the governor is on it. But I'm very pleased to hear that you said that the killings has not been as bad as it used to be. But the only thing you're requesting now is those that have occupied the land need to vacate the land. That's what you're asking for, isn't it, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, as I'm talking to you, as at yesterday, I spoke with our village elders, our village leaders, and they told me categorically they cannot access their farm. They need those people to go.
As you know, I'm not an activist, right? But I do help wherever, if I can. What I need to do is just put out some calls or make out speak to somebody who knows somebody and say, this is what people are saying. Sometimes people listen, sometimes they don't listen. So my promise to you is I will do my little best. I am not an activist, right? And don't want a situation somebody will be sending me email and said, please go and do this thing. No, but when it comes to humanity first before everybody. So, okay, we'll see. I mean, I'll put a word to somebody and see what will happen, right? But it's not a promise that anything will happen. I always like to be honest about it. So not somebody thinking this man has it all. You know, he said it. Some of these things the governors are doing, or the presidents or whoever is doing, it's not only what we discuss on this platform. Other platforms are raising their voices. Other people are using tweet and everything. And I must tell you, these guys are listening. So my word to everybody is, if you see something, say something. It's not only for one person, right? There's nothing like you have a voice. We all have voices, and we must use our voice to be able to speak out. On that note, I want to pass the mic to, I think it's Chike. You have the mic. Good morning, sir. Chike, you have the mic, sir. All right. Please, can somebody hear me? It appears.
Yes.
Am I audible? Okay, we have a speaker here. Calling him to speak. He's not responding, and we've lost Captain. Our co-host is no longer here. Okay, let me try once more. You can hear. Can you unmute your mic and speak? You're on the speaker session. All right, Chika is not responding. Do we have any other person who would like to add anything quickly? Do you have any person that have to add anything quickly as we run? Captain, good morning. You're back again. We lost you for a minute. Why is everybody quiet? Sometimes when you guys are quiet, it looks like I'm speaking to myself, and I don't know. I've called something, it's not responding. I've called the other individual, TK, it's not responding. So I do not want it to be like I'm speaking to myself. And the only person responding is Shehu. Okay, Shehu, you have the mic. You have the mic.
Oh no, I didn't have anything to say. I just wanted to say I'm here.
All right, let's see if I can bring up more speakers. Before, let me remove Mr. TK. Maybe that would help for him to rejoin again. Can we talk about Anambra State? We've spoken about Anambra State already. We can't go back. We've spoken about it. That's how we started this morning. We need to talk about the Anambra State. It has happened. It has happened. People need to go to the drawing board and do what is needed for them to do. So I've approved the other requests of those other individuals. Mr. SAEM, you have the microphone. SAEM, you have the mic. All right, we've lost him. Mr. Awin, gosh, I'm going to butcher your name. Maswell, okay. Maswell, you have the mic. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, mindset. Good morning to each and every one of you that is here. I was listening and I, every one of you have said, but I pick up the mic. The last I was speaking. I just want to put this through mindset. Mindset, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. The Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Armed Forces, I know, which I was an active member till 2004 when I left, is capable of dealing with this problem if they are determined, if they have the political will, the clout to deal with this pressing issue, this terrorist attack invasion of foreign armed, terrorists in Nigeria. They will do it. I give them 6 months, maximum 1 year. They will do it. I said, do you remember, what Nigeria soldiers are characterized for? Check their participation in the peacekeeping operation in Yugoslavia, 1990 to 1992. They were the best. We were the best at that place. Look at South Sudan and look at Congo, not the Congo of 60s. Look at Liberia. Look at the resources Nigeria wasted in Liberia. Over $7 billion minus military hardware that were lost in that particular place. Today they enjoy peace, isn't it? Look at the size of Liberia. Join it with the size of Sierra Leone. We were all over the places. How do you think that Nigeria cannot solve the problem that is right behind their house, where you understand the terrain very, very well? In Liberia, we don't even know the terrain. We were all working with compass and GPS and things like that. That was what we were using. And we were employing people that knows the place to show us and guide us. Why did we perform so well in a strange land? But in Nigeria, the Nigerian army cannot perform. That is to tell you that the day your system, your armed forces is compromised, that is the day that country loses its sovereignty. That is what we are talking about. The reason why Trump is coming in is because of the lackadaisical attitude of the Nigerian system. They have failed Nigerians. They have failed Christians. They have also failed some Muslims that are caught up in the crossfire. Because it is the Christians that are shouting that they are being killed, dispossessed of their lands, taken in IDPs, and so on their own ancestral, and they cannot even have access to it. That is the issue. Nigerian government has enabled the environment for any external force to come, and the police of the war is coming in now to help Nigeria to solve it. How will you now? The Nigerian military has been, inefficiently managed. The day you introduce people that are not in tandem with your own tradition and ideology as an organization of defense, you've destroyed the efficacy and integrity of that place, of that organization, which is the army. Enlisting repentant, repentant, terrorists is not the way to go. And that was what has compromised the Nigerian army. They cannot move freely without intelligence leaking. And that is why you see them, a professional army will be ambushed the way they've been ambushed, attacked the way they've been attacked, because there are moles in the system that are giving them information. And the strength, the number of people that is coming, and the weapons that they are using, and so on and so forth, they will now strategize to deal with them. And that is exactly what is going on. That is the reason why it seems that Nigerian army cannot take care of this ragtag element. They can, but it is the political will and the compromise that has been, that has happened in the Nigerian army. So, my brother, the Nigerian army has the capability to do it, but they failed, and that is the reason why these people are coming in now to help them solve it. And I don't believe, with the compromise that has gone on in the Nigerian army and the intelligence department, I don't believe that America will work with them so that they will not also compromise. Their system and their movement will not be compromised. That is one of the modus operandi. If you allow your movement to be noticed by your enemy, you are finished, no matter how strong you are. As I'm talking to you, with the technology that America has, they know all this, cells scattered all over Nigeria, and they know their coordinates. And anytime they are ready to strike, they will also strike with high precision. That's what I will tell you. Thank you so much, myself, for having me. I yield.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Maxwell, for your submission. I mean, as a soldier, we must commend you for the great job you guys did and continue to do. I'm not sure if you're still serving, or I mean, once a soldier is always a soldier. So obviously, you guys know your motto and everything. But you touched on the job the Nigerian Army did. I use the word job, please. I know sometimes you guys find a different word for it, but I'm not a military person, so permit my ignorance about using job. I mean, the work that you guys did in Liberia. I think a lot of people do not understand how powerful the Nigerian Army is, right? For everything that happened within the ECOMOG was called ECOMOG. Correct me, sir. That's the word, right? It was ECOMOG.
Yes,
Economic Community of West African State Monitoring Group. But within that ECOMOG,
yes.
Thank you, sir. So within that ECOMOG, it would appear that other African countries are part of it. But I must say, please correct me. I want to believe that Nigeria had at least 80% of the whole ECOMOG thing was found on Nigeria, because we spent over $8 billion, I believe, or if I'm not right, right? If I'm right on the numbers, I might be wrong, but we spent quite a lot of money in Liberia, and there were other Nigerians. It was just something that people see the Nigerian army and people are saying, "Who are they? They don't know what they're doing." These guys went to Liberia and they rescued Prince what's his name? Prince Johnson, right? When
Johnson, the guitar boy.
Yes,
he was a former lieutenant, a lieutenant in the armed forces of Liberia. Before October 1992, he surrendered to ECOMOG and was whisked down to Lagos, where they gave him asylum, permanent asylum, and it was there. Yeah, he attended, I think, University of Lagos, where he obtained a political science degree or something like that. before he now after the war, when they saw the government peace had an election, I think that was the time he went back and contested. And now he's dead. He's dead. He died as a parliamentarian of Liberia. That was the people that were fighting against. He was fighting on the side of Charles Gangitolo, that is the NPFL, National Patriotic Front of Liberia, headed by Charles Gangitolo. And there was a power tussle between them. He has to leave and form IMPFL, Independent National Patriotic Front of Liberia. So he was the one that allowed Ecomog, Prince Yomi Johnson, a guitarist, we call him Guitar Boy, the only military officer among all the rebel leaders, the warlord as they call them at that time in Liberia, that was a lieutenant, a member of Samuel Doe's army, AFL, Armed Forces of. So he was allowed Ecomog to have access to the seaport, what they call the Freeport of Monrovia, before we started having access to the international and domestic airport. We couldn't even have access to the international, airport. That is SKD Samuel Kanya Airport. But we were always at the a place they call Congo Town, one of the airstreams, the domestic airstream. That was what we were operating as at that time. So immediately, the last operation against Ecomog and him, because Chancellor suspected that he was helping Ecomog to fight. He was attacked. What they call operation.
Sorry, Maxwell, your line is echoing. It's echoing. I'm not sure why that is.
It's not from me. It's not from me. It might be someone's speaker. Okay. You see, so when the Chancellor wanted to invade Ecomog, the Monrovia, that is the safe haven, Monserrado County, where we occupy, that is Monrovia, the seat of government. It was that time that Prince Yomi Johnson, lieutenant, said no, he is surrendering. He can no longer fight. He's surrendering to Ecomog. And he was willingly, taken, to Nigeria for safekeeping. So that was where he was until we ended that war. We ended that war. In fact, I was there in a place they call Sinocan, Greenville. It's not too far from Maryland County, Harper, which shares border with Ivory Coast. That was where I was. I was riding all over the places. We were being taken. Nigerian soldiers were the hot cake. Wherever it is tough, that is where they send us. That is where they send us. I don't know whether you people remember a man they call, I think he retired as a Brigadier General, Major General, Thomas Aprezi, is an Ijoma. Thomas Aprezi is an Ijoma. I think Brigadier General. These are the people that took us to that place. And we lost few people. We lost few people in ambush. Very minimal, unexpected of a battalion. That was my battalion, 29 Motorized Infantry Battalion. You see, so
Maxwell, I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, almost thank you. People are really enjoying this conversation. I made a lot of promises about spaces I think we should hold, but a lot of things keep coming up, and I want us to hopefully, after the dust have settled, really need to bring you back.
Let me just land on this. You see, I would tell you that we were. See, I went there as my bat 20, a member of Nigerian battalion in 20, and I met. That was 1994. I met I think 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That is 11 standard battalions. I think they're about 11 standard battalions of 750 soldiers. Calculate it by 11. Multiply it by 11. That would tell you the number. And these are infantry fighting soldiers, pure. These are not artillery, armor, whatever, ordnances, supply and transport, and the rest of them. This is pure infantry soldiers, the grand forces, the fights. We did that in Liberia. As we were fighting in Liberia, another group also is taking care of the Kamajors for the Sanko and his group over there in Sierra Leone. Our Alpha military base, Air Force base was in Sierra Leone, Freetown. You see, I would not cast any aspersion on the Nigerian army. Nigerian army has been the best from 1980 when they were, that time I have not joined the army then, when they were going to Lebanon for peacekeeping. They were the best. It was the maltreatment of the Nigerian soldiers because anywhere it is hot, that is where they will send the Nigerian soldiers to go and take care of. And they were taking care of things over there. Shagari said, no, you cannot, I will not be a president where you will be exposing, my soldiers to the hot zones. That was the reason why they withdrew from, going to participating in Lebanon. So, it is the inefficiency of the government that is making this and their policies. You cannot bring your enemy into your house. Mindset to help you fight crime in your house. You can't. You will fail that war. That was the mistake. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would have loved to give you more time to speak on this because if anybody a lot of young people who are listening, some of them, don't really know what happened in Liberia, the story of Samuel Doe, and it was the same Prince Johnson who captured Samuel Doe. I mean, we saw it on TV. It was not, there was no internet then when he captured, he captured him and everything. But it was the same Nigerian army who rescued Prince Johnson from the hands of Castello. So Nigerian army played their own part. We spent about $8 billion fighting that war. And then we went to one minute.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. All right. You know what we're going to do? Sir? I'm going to open a space, but not today, right? I would invite you. You can tell us a lot of the stories, what happened, and what you guys encountered. It's going to be. Then I will be able to ask questions. Are you happy with that, Mr. Maswell?
That would be great.
Pass the mic.
Yes, that would be great. But let me just say this to you, my mindset. Let me just say this to you. It's the killing of Samuel Kanya Doe, a cramman from Graduate, was very, very unfortunate. It was not the Nigeria was not the force commander of ECOMOG as a. You know that when that war started in the 90s, the ECOWAS chairman was my president. That was the
Sorry, Marshall, if I may come in. I didn't say it was a Nigerian. Hear me out, please. I want to make sure because you're a soldier. So I like to 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me address. I didn't say it was a Nigerian army that captured Samuel. I say it was Prince Johnson who captured Samuel, and we also watched it on TV. That's what I said. I didn't say it was a Nigerian army. So I'm not sure. You're talking about how when the Nigerian army.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What I was trying to explain to you was what happened and what led to the capture of Samuel Kanyado, the president of Liberia. You see, we had the commander of the ECOWAS force that time was Ghanaian, Major General Arnold Queno. Arnold Queno had a meeting. They were trying to have some kind of peace accord. And it was expected that the ECOWAS, which is neutral, should be at that free port of Monrovia while this meeting would take place. But unfortunately, I do not know. Nobody has explained to us why the ECOMOG forces, as at that time, were not there at the free port where the peace accord meeting, supposed to take place. The people that were there was Charles, Prince Johnson, commandos. Majority of them were women, very rugged, ladies, fearless ladies, very, very tough, and some, Libya trained soldiers as well that were also with, Prince Jimmy Johnson. So Samuel Doe got there hoping that Ekomog would be there, but they didn't meet Ekomog. That is the story, and that is the true story. And that was the reason why Samuel Doe was captured at that particular place. The Ekomog head, the Ghanaian Major General, that's supposed to take care of that place, clean the place, set up a system, a neutral body, that is Ekomog, that would oversee, preside over that peace accord between Prince Yomi Johnson and Samuel Kanyado, weren't there at the spot. Unfortunately, the president met his enemy, and that was what happened. So immediately after that incident, immediately after that incident, then Nigeria took over the command of ECOMOG. They took over the command of ECOMOG. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I wasn't there at that time. It was these people, Toguyero, that was there before they started changing them. I went there when Olori was there, General Olori, from General Olori to, there's quite a long story though. So that was what really happened. That was the reason why Samuel Kanyado died as a result of the inefficiency of the first commander that from the Ghanaian military, extraction. So that was that. And immediately Nigeria took over the realms of activity in Liberia. Things begin to change. Rebels begin to run away. If you go and listen to Chancellor interview when Naiba 20 went there, because that time we just returned from Yugoslavia. Chancellor was telling the world, BBC, that I'm landing with this. I'm landing with this. Forgive me. You see, Chancellor was big. Wants to make peace, democratic, government, and they are bringing Europe trained soldiers because all our equipment was issued to us by the UN in Yugoslavia that we use in that particular place. Though they were afraid. That is to tell you the efficacy and the potency of the Nigerian army, your army, as at that time. And I leave this question with you, mindset. All these things that is happening today, this invasion, by these foreign, terrorists, blaming it on the destabilization of Libya. Why is Nigeria not talking tough? Why on these people? Why? Why is Nigeria not talking tough? Show them what you have got. I will tell you this. It is the infiltration of the sympathizers of this terrorist group that are right inside the Nigerian government. That is the reason why things are very, very difficult for the soldiers to operate. If it is otherwise, I bet you with my life, with my experience in there, look, the Nigerian army soldiers are very, very dedicated. They can fight even when you are sleeping. They don't care whether it is raining, whether it is shining. They can fight and fight to the last. That was the organization I joined at that place. So I will still be part of, be proud of them for what, we accomplished. But I will be very, very angry with the Nigerian system that has made them impotent with all these attacks. Thank you so much, Mindset. I yield there.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Maswell, and thank you for the great job that you and the Nigerian Army did in the neighboring countries in Africa and outside Africa as well. Okay, so you've explained everything to us anyway, so I'm not sure we still have to have that spaces. It's something that we need to consider, but I don't know when that would happen. A lot of people are interested to know what happened, and having a former military man, as once a soldier, always a soldier, telling their stories. It's very interesting. I mean, most of the things that I say is I do a lot of research, and I follow the whole the war. Not that I followed it as I was there. No, we saw it, we read things, and we saw, we heard what happened. But it's very important to hear from somebody who was there, because from what I read, it appeared that Samuel Doe, it would appear that it was a little bit easy for King Johnson to capture him. But you narrating this now have given a different dimension. So I'm quite interested to read more about it. So hopefully, when next we're on the platform, I'm not sure how we're going to connect, so people will ask questions. All right, so we're going to find a way to schedule the spaces, but perhaps that will be after the dust have settled, right? Thank you very much. On that note, I'll pass the mic to Dutch OGB. Dutch, please don't take me back to the war in Syria. Mr. Um, Mr. Maxwell have done justice to it. So quickly, so we can round up and come back sometime this evening. Go ahead, sir. Good morning. Sorry, Dutch, I can't hear you. I'm not speaking from my end, but I can't hear you. All right. We are struggling with OGB. Then we can go to, I can't pronounce his name. Dese, D-E-S-E. Is it Dese or Dese? Good morning, sir. Hello? Captain, please, can you hear them? I'm struggling.
No, I can't hear anybody, but I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So I called George OGB to speak. He, for some reason, is no longer here. Mr. Dese or Dese, I've called him to speak, so he's not responding. And I think what we need to do is to, Mr. Dese, I'm the one that removes you now, so maybe that would help for you to come back again. Talk of the street, you have the mic. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are you hearing me? Answer.
I can hear you. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. I've been listening to the space, which is quite interesting. You know, Nigerians, this issue of Fulani militants rampaging in Nigeria, Boko Haram, Karawa, ISWAP, is really, really painful. We're in a situation where, when I look at the commentaries from Nigeria, we're having divided opinions. A lot of people are saying they want the United States of America to come to step into Nigeria. And many are saying, especially in the north, Muslim north, that America coming to Nigeria is for our resources. I think we have some of them in status as well. This division is what you get when competent government. Well, I've been dealing with this issue, and it has cleared out of control. For some of us, we don't want America to come to Nigeria, right? Because of the history of America's intervention in different parts of the world. Like it or not, America will not send their warship to the Gulf of Guinea. They will not send their men to Nigeria without getting something in return. It will not happen. American soldiers will not die in Nigeria for free. It will never happen. Make no mistake about that. It will not happen. If you look at what happened, when America stepped into Syria, the first thing that they occupied, it was the oil field in Syria. They get it today as I speak to you. So if America should come into Nigeria, we must extract something in return. But at the end of the day, when we look at what has been happening in the Middle Belt, you can't be able to like understand their pain. These killings are happening. What was happening in places like Zamfara, Sokoto, where this are killing mostly native Hausas. The extraction of solid minerals, element I don't know yet. Top men in Nigeria, we don't know who they are, but I think the government knows who they are. They are working with this military. I've seen videos now where these militaries going up to already measurement. But it's just too painful that Nigeria as a state, except for the giant of Africa, can't deal with this attack. Many have opined that the Nigerian military is infiltrated. There's a big possibility that it is. But if the government is saying that, Nigerian government is saying that we don't have enough soldiers, I will assume that the Nigerian government should be exploring the ECOMOG model. Yes, because there is no project that the government is doing, whether you are building your own building schools, and whatnot. If your people are dying, you are just wasting your time. The fundamental reason for government is the protection of life of your people. If your people are dying, all the roads that you are doing, all the infrastructure you are doing is just a waste. We are talking about the prices of food. I use as a result of what's happening in the middle belt, the food market of Nigeria. People cannot go to their farm. So it's even affecting the economy. So if the Nigerian government feels that we don't have enough soldiers, for whatever reason, I think with a population of 200 million people, we should be able to get enough people to deal with this situation. If they feel that it's not, if you export the economic model, go to our borders in West Africa, Ghana and the rest, that they can come as an economic force, not to like they should help us like take care of the why the Nigerian military go into the forest and deal with these animals. It's possible. To use the economic model, use the AU model. Yes, because it's critical. The situation whereby world powers are now feasting on Nigeria. Some people are saying Nigeria should look towards China or Russia. Some people are saying Nigeria should look towards the USA. And these guys come to Nigeria, they are not coming for free. They're not going to, the American soldiers will not die in Borno or UB and go back like that. It's not going to happen. Look at America's election every year in the world. America is in Korea. After the Korean War, South Korea and North Korea, America is still that to you. America is in Japan. That was after World War II. America is still in Syria. America base is still in Iraq. So they will not step into your country. Who the leader was talking about? Libya have two governments. One of them is pro-Russia, one of them is pro-US. So that's not what we want in Nigeria. We want the government to deal with this situation. If the Nigerian government feels, for whatever reason, something I don't believe in, I believe the Nigerian military, if they get the order, if they get the necessary support, they can deal with this issue. It's simple. Ban open grazing in Nigeria. The president should come out and ban open grazing. You should not be dealing with security because of politics. You are looking at 2027, 2020. No. This is a life and death situation. In the forest around Nigeria, military are occupying it. Our people cannot go to their farms. So come out and give a speech. Ban open grazing with this. Even if you ban open grazing in Nigeria, it's glaring that open grazing is the problem. Ban it. It's okay. Give them messages that all in the forest should get. You want to give them amnesty? Come and drop your arms. If you don't drop your arms, then you will feel the fury of the Nigerian military. It can be done. The soldiers are not get some from Senegal. They should occupy the area. Why are the soldiers going to the forest and do the job? They don't think they are ashamed about that. In the Russian-Ukraine war in Tusk, Russia had to invite the military from North Korea. People, the one America went to other forces from other countries. Only America still has UK troops there. So if you know that the soldiers, because we have contributed so much in Africa, in West Africa as well. We have been to numerous places, Liberia, Gambia, Sierra Leone. If they are saying that the Nigerian military cannot because of the landmass of Nigeria, get forces from through ECOWAS. Let them occupy the area. Let the Nigerian soldiers go to this place and decimate these people. We see that there's nothing sophisticated about these groups. There is nothing sophisticated about these groups. What I see is lack of political will on the side of the government. Lack of political will. We have a few of our presidents that are doing the politics, looking at insecurity and through the lens of politics. I don't want to offend. You must offend people. To deal with this situation, you have to step on toes. You have to step on toes. I don't believe that the Nigerian intelligence community don't know the sponsors of these things. They know. They have the names. You have to go there and deal with it. If it takes taking a smart person from 2AU, get them in. If Nigeria should fall in Africa, it will be a big disaster for Africa. Most Nigerians are not aware. If Nigeria should fall, it will be a big disaster for Africa. That is the end. We start another colonization. Every of us will argue against the stabilization of Nigeria when some people are saying we want our own country. If Nigeria should collapse, That is the end. The big disaster for Africa. Most Nigerians don't understand the police don't know how strategic Nigeria is in Africa. Nigeria is a very strategic country in Africa. Very strategic. So Nigeria must hold. The government must act and act promptly. Because those of us are saying Donald Trump has if the Nigerian government will be doing their job, Donald Trump will not have that opportunity to make that kind of statement. Now I now disgrace country. Because the government are afraid to do their jobs. You are always looking at politics. You get to power from the one all you know is 2027, 2025. No. Your first responsibility is to protect your people. I want you to know your farms. You know, Nigerians are in IDB council. IDB council for how many years now? As the president, this president of them. That's not. So when people come out from Plateau, Benue, Santa Kaduna and say they are killing them, they are facts. They are not lying. They are killing them. They are being displaced from their land. These are facts. Nobody can deny it. When I say that Christians, what is happening? I think people are not being killed. Our churches are not being burnt. It's happening. If the government is sincere, if the government wants to stop the killing of Nigerians, because whether we like it or not, Muslims are being killed as well. It's not only Christian. I'm a very practical person. Muslims are being killed in the far north, in Sokoto, in Katsina, in Kebbi, Lukarawa, I think in Kwara. So Nigerians are dying daily. The government should act and act now. If it demands getting a common forces, even if they are not going to the forest, tell them to occupy the year. The Nigerian military should go into the forest and end this thing. This will be done in 6 months. If you don't be president, have political will to deal with it. Under President Jonathan, I think there was a time Boko Haram was occupying about how many local governments in Borno. Then what if the mercenaries they acted? I think the country is
of the street. I raised my hand, and that's an indication for you to run. We have others requesting.
Okay. I will see up now. Okay, thank you. So what I'm saying is that when the president acted, I think the landmass inside of Belgium was captured by the Nigerian military. So I believe the Nigerian military has the capacity to do this. What we'll be looking at is the government. Nigerian people should focus on their government. If the military was a desire, ban open grazing, act fast, act now. Preserve Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Oak, for your submission. So, guys, whoever is speaking next, please. I know sometimes some people are not very close to their phone. They have their earpiece and they move around. The only way, I mean, I do not want to interrupt your thought flow and everything. Is I raise my hand, so you just got to keep an eye to you on your phone, right? So we can carry every other person along. Please, it's very, very important. Captain, you raised your hand. What is it regarding?
I just wanted to say a few speakers that I'm trying to accept into the room. Phone is not letting them get in. Going on. I just wanted you to check on your side if you do anything.
All right, thank you very much. So if you're struggling to come back as a speaker, please the platform and rejoin again. We'll try our best to bring you up. Dot, you have the microphone.
Thank you so much, and everybody. Sorry, my network. Let me start from the Anambra election. I'll just be 10 seconds. The Anambra election clearly has shown that the opposition in Nigeria, whether coalition or not, needs to come together. I think this multi-party democracy we're doing, having several parties, is not really helping us. The opposition, they need themselves better. If there's a failure of leadership, they have to come together.
Speaking, right? Uncle Mike said.
So Sky, I'm speaking. I don't know. It's like you can't hear me. Mindset. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Sky interjected. He said nobody was speaking. So I wanted to let you know.
Okay, maybe he was trying to draw your attention. Can you move your mic for a minute, sir, please? Maybe he's trying to draw your attention that we discussed on Anambra election. I think that's how I started this platform. I don't want to go back to that election. I made a tweet about it in 2024. I called who I believe will win the election. And that's it for me. So maybe that's what he was trying to draw your attention to. I don't think there's anything to talk about an Anambra election. It's happened. You have the mic, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. So the topic of discussion. the situation with Nigeria, the killings of both Christians and Muslims, is it a genocide? Is it not a genocide? And designating Nigeria as a CPC state. The truth of the fact is that America never going to attack Nigeria. So I don't know why some people are trying to push that narrative or propaganda. What America said is that they will only take military action if Nigeria fails to protect the Christians or her citizens. It's clear. America didn't say they're attacking us today. They didn't say they're putting boots on the ground. They've given the first responsibility to the Nigerian state. And the question we must keep asking persons of the fact is that we need to call out the Nigerian state and the APC government. These people who always speak about patriotism, 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 and I'll keep saying it, you do not speak of patriotism to people who have been faced with poverty and ethnic cleansing or death. The first duty, the first contract between man and state is contract, responsibility of the state to provide security. If the state cannot provide security, don't come and ask people to be patriotic. It's just as easy as that. Today, people who always speak about patriotism, where were they when Buhari went all around asking communities to implement Ruga, set up cattle colonies? The terrorism today that has spread all across Nigeria, from the north to the middle belt to the south and the east, is with all these things. Where were they when Buhari gave Funam over 100 billion? We have a porous border. What did Funam do with this 100 billion? Nobody's asking. Nobody's asking. What did they do with 100 billion? People who are speaking of patriotism, where were you when Buhari was integrating people who were inclined to fundamentalist Islamic terrorism, to jihad? Where were you? Into our army. That follows one of the reasons why people do not trust their army. This follows why somebody like T.Y. Danjuma, you cannot be higher than T.Y. Danjuma. Danjuma came out and shouted, they collude, that the armies collude. Where were you when the Nigerian army, when the Nigerian security will go around communities asking them to submit guns? All of a sudden, you submit your guns within a short time range, you're being attacked by people. Where were you when people attacked communities and renamed these communities? Where were you? Where were you when the current vice president is being implicated by his boss, Ali Modu Sharif, saying that you started Boko Haram? Where were you? Where were you when Kabiru Sokoto was discovered in the governor's lodge of Borno State? Where were you? Where were you when Bola Tinubu, despite the fact of everything he saw the APC doing, but he still came to a country that is diverse, that is multi-religious, but he did a Muslim ticket? Where were you? Where were you when APC leaders, APC members from Kawu Baraje to top prominent Fulani person like what is the name of this Labour Party vice presidential candidate? He came out and said, we imported people, that northern leaders imported terrorists from outside. Where were you? You can't come and tell people who have not been given security. You cannot come and preach patriotism to them. The truth of the fact is that Nigeria needs aid. Our military cannot do what is involved there. We have about 230,000 standing military. In terms of technology and what have you, we have shortfall. The population is over 200,000. All around Nigeria, from the north to the southwest, before Bola Tinubu came, to the southeast, to the Niger Delta, there's agitation everywhere. Our military is stressed. The Nigerian military cannot do it alone. We need aid and support. America is not saying they're going to invade us, and nobody's saying America should put boots on the ground. But if he has to take American pressure, political pressure, name calling, or sanctions, let it happen. Finally, please, mindset. I will conclude with this. You said you wanted to set up a room for military discussion, but I must warn you, the military man who spoke supports the insurgency, the killing that and terrorism that is happening in the southeast. Somebody cannot come out and condemn the terrorism in the north, but give excuses and condone the Biafran and the criminality happening in the southeast. Go through his wall. He supports Nnamdi Kanu.
One minute, Dutch, please, don't do this now. Don't do this now. So can you mute your mic? Let me advise you. Now, the idea, I've told you guys, the idea that we cannot allow somebody to speak because of their view is not something I condone on this platform, right? Okay, he says the military. I have not gone to his pages, his page. I'm not following him. Another is he following me. Okay. Now the idea that we are going to show people out, kick people out because we don't like what they represent or who they support, is not what the platform is all about. And I do not think somebody of your nature, somebody as intelligent as you who has been on this platform, you understand how I run this platform. So if he's supporting Nnamdi Kanu, what's my business? All I wanted to hear from him is what happened in Sierra Leone, what happened in Liberia, which I believe every other person would like to hear. So why can't we give him the audience to tell us about what transpired, what they did with ECOMOG in Liberia and all this? What's wrong in that? We are not discussing whether he's supporting Nnamdi Kanu, Dutch, right? We're not discussing that. So this idea that we cannot allow somebody to speak because of who they represent, I just don't think is right. Because we're going to allow people to speak. You might be able to convince somebody and say what you're doing is right or what you're doing is wrong. It has happened on this platform. Or somebody was able to convince you and say, Dutch, the way you perceive us is not who we are. But let's allow people to air their view. I think that's very important. So I'll give you, less than a minute to round up. Dutch, please. Go ahead. Good morning once again.
Thank you so much, Mindset. With all due respect, I've rounded up. I did not say don't allow him to speak, but I'm just saying so that you know. I'm only bringing your attention. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your submission. So you brought my attention to it. That's okay. So we're still going to make time. I don't know when we are going to allow him to do it. And there's another thing that I would like to correct. You said one politician in the north said that northern elders, please correct me if I'm wrong, brought some people, terrorists in this regard to help them. Did I get you right?
So I did. Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't say he brought. What's the vice for Peter Obi? This man from Kaduna State. I don't know.
Dati
Baba. He has come up on television. He said that politicians from the north brought in. It's there on the news. The same thing that Kawu Baraja was saying that AAPC invited Fulani headsmen when they kept saying that if Jonathan does not concede, that they will make the government. What was that word they used? Yes, that he did not say northern elders. He said there were people, there were certain characters who brought in these people into the country before Jonathan's election. So he just concurred what Kawu Baraji, an APC member, was saying. Yes.
Thank you very much. Because I listened to that. Yeah, I watched that interview because I do not want to misquote somebody. So he didn't say the northern elders, neither did he say the northern leaders. Right? He said some people in the north. Right. So that does not mean it's everybody in the north who was part of it. And we all know who said what and who did what. So I want us to understand that. But thank you very much, Dr. Always a pleasure having you on the platform. Dollar Man, wow, it looks like we're going to end some money this morning.
Mindset, did you mention me? Called me as
No, sorry.
No.
No, please, can you mute your mic for a minute? Because I do not want a situation whereby it's you and him. Let's leave that. I have addressed him. I'm going to make time. I don't know when for you to be on the platform. Tell us what happened, your experience in ECOMOG, experience in Liberia, but bringing IPOB, whether you support IPOB. I don't care who you support. As long as we are going to find a way to eradicate terrorism in Nigeria, that's my own aim, right? Just hold your thoughts for a minute, sir. Let me quickly pass the mic to Dollarman. Dollarman, you have my good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Mindset, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. My own contribution is about the peace and development of this nation. I would like to call on all the youths. I know we have faced so many challenges. We all are aware of what is going on in this country, and we have experienced it, and we have had enough of all the things that have been going on. So my own is a wake-up call to the youth to stand up. It's high time we stand up and say no to these so-called criminals that are tagged as leaders. I don't see them as leaders. They are a bunch of criminals. They are like a syndicate group who are working against Nigerians. And we are tired. Aren't we tired of these politicians using us here and there? I mean, Nigeria is blessed with natural resources, and these people have been there, bringing all sorts of foreign people to mine it and cut it away. For how many years they have been mining all these natural resources in collaboration with the Chinese people? When you go throughout the north, Zamfara, Sokoto, and other places in the northwest, the north central, we are blessed with natural resources, and the Chinese people keep on mining this thing illegally without paying what they ought to pay in the international market if it was to be sold at the international market. They mine it and cut it away, settle all these our useless leaders. Sorry to use that word, but it's so annoying. They will cut it with all things. And our leaders are those criminals are there enriching themselves. Their children are abroad schooling, and they are training them to still come back and rule us. And we, the youth, are here fighting ourselves over religious sentiments and tribalistic and all those things. It's high time the youth we wake up. We should wake up. This is a wake up call. We should wake up and become one. We should first work on our mindset. We should change that mindset, and so that this country will move forward. I'm really tired of hearing all these things here and there, killing of Christians, Muslims, and all those things. Corruption here and there. It's high time, honestly. I'm tired. I'm, there is no jobs. Uh, the issues are so much. They are so much. We have the issue in the south and so on, the IPOP and this. Of course, why won't the IPOP come out? Why won't the southeast come out and say they have had enough? Had enough. It's because what the government are doing, it doesn't make sense. They have been marginalized, and all of us are aware of that. Even me, if they will separate Nigeria today and everybody will have peace, it's fine by me. I just want peace. We want peace. We want development. We want good schools. We want good hospitals. Is it not a shameful thing where our president will have to leave his country and travel to another country for medical treatment? And we call ourselves the giant of Africa. Is it not a I really want to call on the youth to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to join our hands together, drop all this tribalistic and religious sentiments. We should begin to love one another. That should be the message. And once our head is joined, once we become one, I'm telling you, these people will not manipulate us again. There was a time during election, some thugs were caught when they went to disrupt the election. They were caught and they were asking, they beat one of them to stupor. They were asking him, how much did they pay you? He was saying that they paid him 500 naira. Can you imagine 500 naira to go and disrupt election and cause chaos? Nigerians youth need to wake up. We need to wake up seriously. That's my submission for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dollarman, for your submission. I mean, it's timely. The youth needs to wake up. We need to find the youth need to find a way to work together. I needed to ask a question because when people come on the platform, they talk about us, the youth. What age bracket is, the youth? Somebody needs to help me out. Share who anybody, what age bracket is a youth? Because sometimes I wanted to know where I belong. Am I on the youth side or am I on the where I belong? I need to know what I'm doing right now. Somebody needs to somebody help us.
Sorry, can I answer that?
Please go ahead, sir.
All right.
Go ahead.
I believe that a youth is someone who is capable to make the right decision. Once you are of age, you have come of age to understand what is going on within the society. I believe you are a youth. It doesn't mean that there is an age bracket to it or something. But once you are able to make decisions to know what is right from wrong, I consider that as a youth. So this age bracket of a thing, it doesn't matter if you are up to 60, 70 years, as long as you can stand for the truth. It's fine by me. Well, that's my own opinion. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's the Tolaman's definition of a youth. So if that's the definition of a youth on this platform, I am a youth. Do we have any other person that can help me out? So I need to know where I belong.
Myself, can I tell you just a little? Because, in my own opinion, I would say, as long as you are at the age of voting, making decisions of who is going to lead you in a country, I will start counting from that as a youth till, let's say, 49. 49. From 18 years voting status to 49, or let's say 55, I will call them youths. Thank you.
All right, that's fine. So okay, it looks like with your foundation, it looks like we are kind of like getting into that area, but it's fine. Thank you very much, guys. Let's continue the conversation. On that note, I'll pass the mic to Olu. Olu, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Mr. Olu, your hand is up. You have the mic, sir. Olu is not responding. Then let's go to David, the engineer. Engineer David, good morning, sir.
Thank you, Mindset. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. Good morning to all. Mindset, you are an elder now. You are not a youth. All right.
Now I need to know where I belong. It's not a sorry. I need to know where I belong. Thank you. You have the mic, sir.
Thank you. All right, Mindset. Seriously, Nigeria is in a crossroad right now, and the truth is, the North has gone beyond repair right now. I'm a Northerner, a Fulani man by tribe. The truth is that the North has gone beyond repair right now, and it will take special intervention to reverse some of the ugly things that is happening in our nation, in the North right now. Why do I say so? Now, let me tell you, if you are a politician in the North and you are not a terrorist sympathizer, the truth is that your political career is over. That's the honest truth. That is why you are seeing all these insecurities persisting in our country, most especially in the North. Now, why did I say so? Yesterday, I was listening I was on Twitter, on X, listening to a video that was posted by someone where the former governor of Zamfara State, Sani Yerima, who brought the concept of Sharia into our Nigerian space during General Olusegun Obasanjo's presidency. He said when he brought the issue of Sharia, every Obasanjo called a meeting, so many things that he said, then other northern governors now realized that this is the in thing now for them to retain power and all this stuff, started declaring Sharia. But Konkoso did not declare Sharia in Kano, but as the eve of the election, as the election is approaching, it was becoming more and more glaring that he's going to lose election because he has given Obasanjo his word that he's not going to introduce Sharia in Kano. But the Kano people were busy pushing for him to introduce Sharia. But when he refused, Obasanjo personally called him and said, "Look, I need you to come back as governor in 2003." But when he now later invited Sherima to come and declare Sharia in Kano and all this stuff, but the deal is already late. He lost the election because people felt that okay, he did it for political expediencies. That was why he has no intention of introducing Sharia. But right now, like I said, if you are a northern politician and you are not a terrorist sympathizer, you are not, your political career is over. Not. That's the honest truth. That is why, if not, how can a cleric come out and be telling people that people that that are carrying guns, terrorizing citizens, innocent citizens, people that are just trying to survive, but not that they are living, they are enjoying anything life. They are trying to survive. They have no aspiration to become anything in this country. All they needed is to wake up in the morning, go to their farm, get what they will eat. That's all. That's their aspiration. But you go and be killing them, even the resources that we're talking about that the US are coming to come and do whatever. The truth is that the resources that you don't know about, what help, what benefit does it have to you when you are doing this thing? Now people are busy saying a lot of things. Trump said, if Nigerian government will not stop the killing of Christians, supporting the killing of Christians in Nigeria, they will come in and wipe out the terrorists. Then suddenly people are going to protest, people are talking things. Go on X and see people that you think, okay, they are moderate Muslims. They are not any moderate Muslims because their voices are being silent daily in the north. People will come out on national TV. Somebody like Shegumi, his father is even worse when he was alive. People like that, and they'll be coming out on national television and be telling us that people, how can somebody carry arms against the state? And you tell us that we should go and negotiate with them. You understand? Blackmailing government. Our military have been completely infiltrated. How can somebody carry arms against the state? And then you go and say that you are rehabilitating them and then you are incorporating them into the military. How is it? Where is it done in the world? Who gave that advice? The military is infiltrated because if now you sit and do a strategic meeting on what to do, these same people that are sympathizers, they are even the terrorist financiers, they are in the military. They will go around and be giving the classified information to these people. An incident happened recently. This year, there was a kidnapper kingpin in Kaduna. The NSA called one of the Nigerian civil defense, one of their armed squad. They asked them to come. Before they would get to Kaduna, those people were already, waiting for them. They brought more than 500 armed people with heavy guns. That was how they nearly eliminate all those people. So our government, like I said, modern politicians have, because they want to remain in power, because they want to remain relevant in the politics, in politics. So they have no choice because the mass Islam, people that are supposed to be moral custodians of the society in the north, the clerics, the imams, they become compromised. They are the ones instigating some of this thing that is happening. If not, I watched a video recently. Somebody was saying that if that for him to have army, that means somebody that is an unbeliever, somebody that is not a Muslim, to become a president of Nigeria, no matter what benefit that person can bring into his life, that he would rather stay under a Muslim president and suffer and die because of it, than for him to allow an unbeliever that will come and rule and make life better for everybody in Nigeria. These are the people that are indoctrinating people in the north. The government, our government not hearing the video that we are watching. Are they not hearing it? Why would they arrest these people and prosecute them? So there is insincerity. Nobody. As an individual, I don't want any nation, any country in the world to come into our country in order to fight for us. But the truth is that, like we are saying now, people are hopeless. People are no longer safe in Nigeria. People are living in despair. People are angry. People are trying to survive, but government are not doing anything. So if America will come in, clear the terrorists, and make life better to return normal for everybody, people will accept it. Now, you know, even the recruitment process in Nigerian military is also compromised. Recently, a friend of mine, her son went to write common entrance examination into Nigerian Navy Academy in Jos. The guy performed excellently, but because he doesn't have somebody that will stand for him, they didn't offer him admission. They will ask, who brought this guy? Who is the person that nominated him? How can you want to join a military to fight for your country? They will tell you that you must bring an endorsement from a senator, from a politician, or from somebody. Recruitment to Nigerian military, there should be no any endorsement that is required. As long as you are a Nigerian citizen, you should be able to walk into the Nigerian military, any of their facilities where they're supposed to be recruiting people. You should go and apply. How is it supposed to be done? Then they'll do their vetting before they'll bring you in. Now, if you offer me a job, certainly my allegiance will not be to Nigeria, but my allegiance will be to you, because whatever is happening in the military, classified information that is supposed to remain in the military, certainly I will come and share with you because you are my boss. So allegiance of the Nigerian military is no longer to the nation. That has been the only institution in Nigeria that is uniting us. So going forward, I as an individual, if I'm to propose to advise the government, I think it is high time for us as a country to introduce policing, local policing, and if possible, we'll break it down into villages or even towns. Let everybody have his own police, so that let's see. And to add it even more better, let the Nigerian government give every citizen the right to bear arms, because the only person that can stop a bad guy with a gun is another good guy with a gun. If I'm holding a gun, if you shoot me, it's not like you just shoot me or just go down and die now. You shoot me, I shoot you. Before I go down, we go down together. We are in the 21st century where technology has taken over. Because you can see any squatters. If we are using Google Map to be looking around something that is covering the earth, you mean government cannot deploy those resources in order to improve where those guys are gathering in the bushes and whatever to do to eliminate? You know, but because it's the political expediencies for them to remain in power, to impoverish the people, and make the life of ordinary people to become hopeless. And secondly, looking into our
Sorry, engineer. Please, I've raised my hand, and that's an indication for you to round up quickly.
I was so passionate. I wasn't looking at the. Okay, let me wrap up in 2 minutes. So I believe to move forward in Nigeria, let's have state policing. Let every town, every local government, let every state police itself. Then the Nigerian military should protect the integrity and the sovereignty of Nigeria itself. So that everybody, let me see who will carry gun and come to my community and kill my people. Then we will not come out and fight among our people. Then secondly, this population growth that is happening in our country that is uncontrolled, because they believe that numbers is the one that determine who wins election in Nigeria. I think it's high time for us to introduce electoral college vote, so that it will determine who become president in Nigeria, so that we can checkmate. Because now, as a Christian, I have no hope of becoming Nigerian president because I'm a minority from the north. I will never be president of Nigeria except by divine intervention. So let me stop there, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to air my own view. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer David, for your wonderful submission. Never say never. There might be a possibility tomorrow or next tomorrow, that you will become the president. If you go and ask the former president, Jonathan, from a deputy governor, deputy president, vice president, he become the president. Perhaps he probably would think there's no chance on this earth that he will become the vice president. I mean, if you have followed what happened in 2007 in Jos with Peter Odili and everything that played out, you know that never say never in politics. I've learned the little I know is never say never, right? If anyone was to tell Peter Odili in 2007 during the Jos convention that he will not be the vice presidential candidate of the PDP, he would say no, but as he said in his own words, the moment he came down, he saw those individuals, he knew that there was a problem. And the rest, they say, is history. So, guys, it's been a very interesting conversation. A lot of persons especially our good friends in America, and those who are in Canada, they are not happy. They were hoping money spaces, and they felt that we should carry on the time difference. And then if I host the spaces at night, our good friends in Nigeria will complain mindset this time is not conducive because we all have to go to work. Nobody's considering mindset. Nobody thinks about how is this man doing this, right? Nobody considers me, right? It's just I'm trying as much as possible to make sure you know, we can have these conversations, and I cannot do it without you guys. So sometimes it might be at night, sometimes it might be in the morning. If I'm able to have the spaces both at morning and night, I will do that. But remember, I'm not. I think I'm still a youth, so I'm still a youth. I'm still in that bracket of the youth. So I want to thank you guys. It's been a very interesting conversation. Shehu, do you have anything to add as we round up quickly? Shehu, Captain, do you have anything to add? Nobody's responding. When I call people to speak and they're not responding, I would then ask myself, am I still audible? All right. So my co-host is not responding. Mr. Shen is not responding. Okay. Did we have new speakers? All right. We have Mr. Lanre here. Lanre, good morning, sir. Let me allow you to speak since you're a speaker. Good morning, sir. Lanre. Mr. Lanre, I believe I pronounced your name properly.
Yeah, good morning, mindset.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening. Thank you. So the reason why I requested for the mic is around the issue of having a definition of a youth, and some opinions came up. All I know that a universal definition that a youth is actually somebody between the age of 17 up to 39 years. And we have what we call in local parlance that we usually say a fool at 40 is a fool forever, meaning that once you are 40 years, you have the opportunity of you developing as a youth has ended. That you are now a full grown adult, you should know what you are doing. So I believe universally, even from some places, once you are 30 years, you are no longer a youth. So we are looking at the youth between the age of 17 and 40 years. Thank you.
All right. So 1 minute, you guys promoted me to be part of the youth, and on the next 30 minutes later, Mr. Larry came up here to say I'm not part of you guys. So so I'm kind of in the middle. Somebody will help me out. Larry said I'm not a youth. Mr. The other individual said I'm a youth. I don't know. I'm kind of like in between. But thank you, sir. Mr. Obiachu, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
You have the mic, bro.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope you are fine. Hearing you make me happy because discussing Nigeria is very, very important. In this country I am, I told you my experience, and I still have the experience even yesterday because it's a world problem. Because once you talk about terrorists, everybody discuss about it. This country, yesterday when they are discussing about it, it look like my face is like let the land open so I can enter because it's
So unfortunately, we've lost Mr. Obiajulu. The last thing I heard him say is that the laid word open. Sorry, laid the land open. Let him enter. You're not entering anywhere. We're all going to figure it out. We're all going to find a way to rescue this great country. We're all going to play our part. So nobody's entering any ground right now. Go find shovel and tell your friends to start closing whatever ground that you think you're going to enter because it's not going to happen. We are going to all work together to see how we can rescue this great country. Somebody sent me a video, and I have not confirmed this video from somebody burning the American flag. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Have anyone seen that video? Some persons who are protesting burning the American flag. Can anybody on the have you guys seen it?
Was it
Because I've seen it, I've not
was it
confirmed.
pertaining to the Shia protest of yesterday? I know they held the American flag, they flagged it on the ground, but I don't know. I didn't see them burning, or maybe there's some version that them burnt it. But I know there was a protest yesterday by people in Kano. But I don't know if it's still part of that video. But there was a protest yesterday.
put it on the jumbotron. Yeah, this is the one. I cannot make. I cannot verify it because of this AI, and a lot of people like to put things together. So I've just been sent the video, but I've not verified it. And that's the one. Yes, that's the one I was making reference to. The one on the jumbotron. So mm, this is not looking. This is not a good move. I must say, if indeed the videos are real, it's not going to help our matter, and it would look like we are trying to, as a country, whether you think, okay, yeah, somebody said the bond is online. Okay, that's um, it's not going to help us. It's not going to make things a little bit easier for us. And sorry, guys, on those on the comment section, we are discussing politics here. Please stop putting things that's not supposed to be on the comment section here. If you're looking for followers, you can go to somewhere else and look for followers. What we are doing here is not a joke. Please, it's very important we all respect that. Okay. Okay. Do we have any other person who would like to add, who would like to contribute? Then I can pass the mic to you. San 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 Saint Anthony. Is that what your name is? Good morning, sir.
Good morning, mindset, and good morning, everyone. I just want to add one to following the conversation. If we want to solve our problem, mostly the problem in Nigeria right now, I think we need to tell ourselves the truth. It's only truth that will solve the problem. But when we are playing politics, adding it, we're going nowhere. The problem will still be there. From 1914, when the amalgamation came without the consent of anyone, the West did it for their own interest. They draw the structure of Nigeria, where will be capital, where will not be capital. But
All right. So we've lost the co-host. We've lost the speaker. I'm not sure why that is. The captain is no longer there. Both of them just showing disconnecting. All right. Okay. Do we have any other person? Okay. All right. The lady that spoke the other day, I forgot your name, but you know yourself. Flora. Is it Flora? Let me see if I can pronounce your name. Florence. Good morning.
Good morning, mindset. I don't know. Everybody they always find it difficult to pronounce this name, but no problem, sure. I've Good morning to everyone on this space. I've listened to a lot of people speak on what is currently happening in Nigeria, and I would like to come from the angle of those who are protesting, saying they don't need the help of America and all. That's where the issue lies. I think those guys are actually
Sorry. I apologize, Miss Florence. There's noise in your background. I'm not sure if there's anything you can do to minimize the noise.
I think that has been taken care of. It's okay, right?
All right. Thank you. Please, go ahead.
Okay, so coming from the standpoint of those who are actually protesting and saying no to America's invasion, I mean, you could see that they've been misinformed. A lot of them they don't even know why they are protesting. So I see ignorance playing a big role. A lot of them also actually know exactly what they are doing. They feel they are doing whatever they are doing for their religion, for their faith, they owe it to their religion. But mostly you hear them say no to America's invasion. One thing they are not saying is the fact that America did not say they are coming to invade Nigeria and destroy Nigeria and start a war in Nigeria and cause chaos in Nigeria. Their message was clear. Take care of the terrorists you have, or we come do that for you. But we can see the caliber of people we have in the country. Sorry to say, those we share the same country with and the mindset. And we can see the reason why terrorism thrives in the north, because we have a lot of people who are sympathetic to that particular cause, who believe that they are doing the work of Allah according to them. And we've seen the likes of Gumi, come out to make excuses for terrorists, calling them his children, whatever, they should be treated like this and that. The most appalling part is that he's always speaking for them, saying that they should not be killed. They are people's children, they are people's husband. Now ask him the same question that those terrorists have sent to their early graves. Are they not people's children? Are they not people's husbands, family members, wife, kids, and the rest of them? I don't know when we will ever go past the stage of, giving attention or giving platform to those who are sympathetic to the cause of terrorism in Nigeria. We ought to have gone, past that stage, and those who form solidarity, you know, around terrorists. But as we can see, we cannot, or we have not grown past that stage, and I don't see that happening any moment from now, because the leaders we have in positions of authority are all sympathetic to their cause. I mean, we've seen most of them come out at different points in time to defend terrorists, including the likes of Anthony and the rest of them. And then we've done nothing about that. So I don't see terrorism ending in Nigeria if America does not intervene, because those who have, ruled over us are those who have been fingered in the insecurity and the terrorism that is currently going on in Nigeria. Terrorism is actually a big business, and a lot of these guys are benefiting from it. So I think it's high time we start educating, particularly those from the northern part of the region, who also have come out to say that, oh, terrorism is also affecting us, they are killing us, to educate them to actually stand for what is right. That these things that are currently happening in the north, sympathizing with terrorists is not right and is not proper. Most of them have been indoctrinated, to believe that, oh, it's their way of life, oh, this should be. And it shouldn't be, and we should not allow that to continue. I mean, seeing these guys protest is an eyesore. It calls for like a mental evaluation of those who actually participated in this process, saying that no, they don't want terrorism to end in Nigeria. It is a shame that we have found ourselves in this sorry state, and apparently it appears that nothing can actually be done about it, but a lot can be done about it. One way of doing so is just like you've been doing. I must commend you for keeping up the space and having people air their minds. Of course, we have a lot of them who will be listening in the listener session, and I hope they learn from whatever every other person is saying. Terrorism only benefits if it has never and will never be for the good of any country. It is a tool of oppression and control, where the government keeps, every other person in check and decides what happens. Now, this terror act actually has a far-reaching consequences on election. A lot of people will be sent to IDP camps where they cannot vote. Where people don't come out to vote, politicians have, opportunity to rig elections in their favor. Don't forget that those who are being killed are Nigerians. People are being sacked from their ancestral homes and nothing is done about it. And then coming to the army, who are supposed to be, fighting these terrorists, we see them, relating with terrorist brothers. I mean, I heard the story of an army officer who shot a fellow army officer. I don't know how true that is, for actually going after the terrorists and killing them instead of allowing them to repent in quote. I mean, that's an aberration. We should not have such happen like what we have in Nigeria now, where you have the army fraternizing with terrorists. I don't know how these guys do this thing, but no, it can never be me. The same set of people who have sent your colleagues to their early graves, and then you have, when you have opportunity to neutralize them, you bring them out of the forest. Come and do what in the town, for crying out loud? And then they have their meetings. Oh, it's like an AGM. Bandits are having their annual general meetings with media coverages and the rest of them. Oh, they have their weapons, brandishing all manner of weapons. We see, service chiefs taking selfies with terrorists. I mean, it's an aberration. These things should not be happening. even in a mad country, it shouldn't be happening and not talk of Nigeria. And yes, we have idolized it. We see nothing wrong with it. A lot of people come out to clap for it and say, yes, it's one way, is the carrot stick approach. Oh, we are offering them carrots. These guys don't have any clear ideology of what they are fighting for. So you can say, oh, we want to negotiate with them. Clearly, they've always stated for the Boko Haram that, oh, we are against foreign education, we want education. But the weapons they are using are actually created through Western education. So you see the conflict in whatever ideology to be putting forward. These are not the kinds of people army chiefs and security operatives should actually be, having conversations with in the name of peace talks. And these peace talks, if I must say, have not yielded anything reasonable or meaningful because they leave this peace talk on their way from there, they commit the atrocities. I don't mind.
So
I
I'm raising my hand. I'm raising my hand, Ms. Warren, just for you to round up quickly so we can pass the mic to another speaker, please. Thank you.
wasn't seeing your hand. Okay. So I think we just have to get to that point of calling out our leaders. I mean, we should learn to separate those who are actually speaking for terrorists, and it's time to start naming and shaming them and demanding for accountability from them. And I think the US should expedite action in coming to Nigeria. We can't wait anymore. The more we wait, the more people get killed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Florence. I'm just going to go with the one that is very easy for me to pronounce. Right? Let me stick with Frank. Thank you for your wonderful submission. A lot of people feel that, wow, we're discussing this particular topic. I mean, in the last 7 days, mindset on this topic. I'm not going to stop. It has been the only topic I will continue to speak. Fine. Let me tell you guys why it's very important. We are all trying to figure out a way that we can work and help our government, right? Then you have people who say we want the military from America to come in. You have people who say we don't want them. But the idea that people, oh, the more we talk about it, the more America will get involved and everything. You cannot do PR more than Americans. You cannot do propaganda more than the US and everything. They made up their mind. They made up their mind. When this whole thing started, I don't know if you guys remember, I did say that these conspiracy theories here and there and whoever you guys follow and everything, right? It's not going to stop these people. The most important thing for us as a country is for the government to find a diplomatic way. But no, as always, I have nobody. I just have a space. But I try to advise, which my advice didn't yield anything. You cannot say people will stop talking about this. The media should not amplify this. And there's absolutely nothing. You're not helping matters, right? If they realize that you have got the media, like always, they said, okay, you think we are you think you think we are joking here. If I don't know anything, at least this particular thing, I think I know 1% of it. I followed it. It didn't start yesterday. I'm working, I'm research on this particular thing. So when I speak on it, please, I know nobody's paying me anything, but listen, maybe you will not yield fruit today, why yield fruit tomorrow. When Daniel Bwala was calling the mayhem names, I said this is the wrong way. When Bayo Nonoga was questioning Ted Cruz, I said this is the wrong way to go about this. But look, this is where you have landed us. So the idea people, I said we should stop talking about this thing. The more we talk about it, the more it helps the US. What nonsense are you talking about? If any other person wanted to discuss kiss and tell or whoever slapped the wife and the wife slapped him, I don't have any problem. That's not my responsibility. I'm into politics. This is what I love to do. And it's another way to find a way to stop whatever would happen to us as a country. So this particular topic is not ending anytime soon. Now, let me respond to this quickly. I said, why don't we discuss Anambra election? I've discussed Anambra election this morning. There is nothing there for me to discuss. I made my prediction earlier on. I made my prediction last year. So Udo will win. You people were not comfortable about it. It has played out the way I predicted it. There is nothing to discuss. You don't have a candidate. You have nothing. The Labour Party candidate wasn't going to win nothing. I mean, I must congratulate him for coming fourth. I thought he was going to come fifth because you guys have no plan whatsoever, right? You have no plan. You didn't make any plans. There's nothing there to say that Labour Party would win, and win what? How? How is that possible? So why should I continue to discuss something that wouldn't make any difference to anything? It was what, nothing have changed last 1 year. So we leave it at that. Let's pass the mic back to St. Anthony. St. Anthony, you have the mic. You're back again.
Thank you, mindset. I thought it was intentional, but hence it's not intentional. Let me continue. I just want to add,
Sorry, intentional in what sense? Somebody dropped you?
yeah, because I was hearing my voice.
No.
before
Let
anybody told me
me
recording.
address you, sir. 1 minute. Can you mute your mic for a minute? Can you mute your mic? Let me address you, please, if I may. Now, if I'm dropping somebody, I would tell them I'm dropping them because we cannot hear them, and I will always say I'm dropping them. This platform, it doesn't matter who you are, as long as you adhere to the rules of this platform, you can speak. So nobody dropped you, sir. If somebody dropped you, we don't bring you back up. So why would we bring you back up if we dropped you? Please go ahead with your submission. Thank you.
All right, mindset. Sorry for that if the word I use is wrong on your side. Sorry. Let me continue just in a few minutes. What I just want to say, uh, we are the people suffering this. We are suffering the problem that have been created, lay the foundation in Nigeria. And they are being used, the black people in Nigeria, to do it to their fellow black people. Only truth will solve this problem. Now it looks complicated, but it's still the same problem. And while we are suffering, there are some people out there who are benefiting it. At least the West is enjoying as Africa still remain undeveloped. The West are enjoying it. And some few individuals, the politicians. Now, each time we come, we give some rhetorics, we talk without any action. And if anybody rises with an action on practically, not just every time theory on how to do it, everybody will be against that person. Then, when the person is being snuffed off, we still return back to that problem and continue. We know this problem. The problem of Nigeria now is from the northern Nigeria, creating all this problem from time to time. We're talking about jihad. Go and study when jihad came into Nigeria. Ottoman Danfodio brought it, 1804. The Hausa people in the north are good Muslims. The Serkin Yunfa was there. This man brought this thing into Nigeria in 1806. He killed the Serkin Yunfa. They took over. Since then, they have been pushing the jihadists till today. Everybody blamed Igbo people as a result of coup in 1966 or thereabout. But why didn't Zogu struggle? Remember that the issue of jihad has been there. The same thing is happening. Forget about the name. Rebaptized, the bandit, the Boko Haram. This is still the same thing. Then the question is, why must we keep quiet? I don't like to be a hypocrite. I'm someone who goes straight to the point and tell you my mindset. Whatever that will happen, let it happen. Why must we continue to be petting things, pet this, pet? You know the problem. Who are these sponsors of Boko Haram and the bandit and whatever in Nigeria? Some has come out and mentioned how they brought them in. The names are being released from the UAE here. We know them. Buhari regime, we know amount of money given to McMahon's and all the rest of them. We know all these people. But the hypocrisy in we black people is the solution, the truth that will solve the problem, which is very bitter. We don't like to swallow it. It's quite obvious. Yoruba man don't like Igbo man. Igbo man don't like Yoruba man. Hausa man hate Igbo man. Igbo man hate Hausa man. This problem has been there. Why must we?
Sorry, I'm gonna come in. Sorry, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. Can I just round up? Can I just round up?
Okay, round up in a minute because I need to address what you said. Okay.
We know all these things. We know. Or even if we still want to insist in this union, why not rearrange things where it will fair for everyone? Like the Constitution put it very well. Or let's restructure the country how it was before. Let people go, or let everybody go his way. So that Imagine America coming now to settle our problem. We are talking this, talking that, talking this. It will continue. If America comes and bomb off the bandits, the terrorists, and go, and we refuse to tell ourselves the truth and fix it where it should be, they will regroup again. This is not the first time. These killings has been there. Igbo man had been killed in Nigeria at 1937. Me, I stand for my own people. I have studied international politics. It is for the interest of every region, every people. America is doing this not just really for Christian, but for their own interest. Chinese is this for Chinese interest. If India comes, it's for Indian interest. And if I should discuss anything in Nigeria, I must discuss for the interest of my people, the Igbo people, the Biafrans. You like it, you take it. You don't like it, it's up to you. That is my own. Thank you, sir, for giving me your time. And sorry if I used the wrong word. God bless.
No. Thank you very much for coming on the platform. No, I'm just going to address what you said because you're in an open spaces where people can edit you, I cannot stop you. And then it does for reason for me to respond. And then I would do so. Right now, you made a comment that Hausa people don't like Igbo people. Igbo people don't like Yoruba. Yoruba don't like Igbos. Igbos don't like Hausas and everything. I think that is wrong. I will tell you why it's wrong. You probably might say some, right? Now, there are some Yorubas that marry people. What do you say to those people? There are some Igbos that marry Hausas. What do you say to those people? There are some Hausas that marry Yorubas. What do you say to those people? So when we say this thing, we've got to be very, very mindful, right? You probably will say some people don't like these people, which I would agree. There are people who don't like people. That's fine. But coming to generalize and say Hausa people don't like Igbo people, there's Hausas that marry Igbos. There are Igbos that marry Hausas. So are you saying that those Hausa people are not Hausas enough? Are you saying the Yorubas that marry Igbos are not Yorubas enough? Are you saying the Igbos that marry Yorubas are not Igbos enough? We've got to be very, very mindful. I'm not stopping people in there, but we have to be very mindful. Yes, if it means if the country decide the best way to do this thing is for everyone to go their separate way, that's what people decide. That's okay. But the idea that we are going to bring everybody and put everybody in one basket, I'm not forcing people to become a union. I'm not forcing us to like people. But the idea we are going to say these people don't like these people, I think it's not right, sir. It's not right. You probably don't like other people. You probably stand for your people, which is a good thing. I cannot take that away from you. It's your thing, and I respect that, right? But just to generalize that all Hausas don't like Igbos, all Igbos don't like. So why are people intermarrying? Why? Those people are there. Where do you place those people? Where are you going to place those people? Where are you going to place them?
Sorry, I just unmute myself to talk. Sorry. When you carry statistics together, you take the percentage. You take the percentage of things. I could be your friend. We can do business. I grew up in the north. I speak their language. I have a very good one or two friend in the north. Very good friend that even tell me the secret. But that does not mean that the whole people are like you and I, how we think. So these are the things. And this is one of the problems we always create for ourselves. No, because I have a good relationship with you does not mean that in the general terms, how many percentage of Igbo people and the Hausa people are in good terms. In general terms, you take the percentage. The same way in the West. I don't want to begin to mention things, maybe how people imagine. Let's tell our because to solve this problem.
No, sorry, sir. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna come. Sorry, I'm gonna come.
We need to go.
Sorry. Can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic for a minute, please?
Okay, sorry.
Mute your mic for a minute. Thank you very much. You see, now you can go with your percentage. You probably will have 1%. So are you not saying those 1% are not humans? We are going to kick them out of Nigeria because an Hausa person that married to an Igbo lady, also to an Igbo person, I'm say a lady or a man, right? The Hausas will now look at that person and say, this person is no longer a Hausa person. Where do that person belong? No place. They're going to hang up there. Are you not saying the Igbo person that married a Yoruba person is not Igbo enough? So where are they going to place them? Are you not saying that the Yoruba person that married an Igbo person is not Yoruba enough? You see, this mindset is not going to help us. I do not have a problem. If people think that they can intermarry or engage people, that's fine. But to generalize is not something I would accept. I will tell you why. I have families who have intermarried in other places. So when you're saying that, are you going to tell me to disown my sister because of your percentage? Is that what you're trying to say? I cannot associate with people that I associate with. I cannot work with the northerners, a northerner Hausa person that I'm working with. I cannot work with the Yoruba person that I'm working with. I cannot work with an Edo person that I'm working with because of your percentage. That's not the Nigeria that I want. If at any point we decide as a people that we are not going to work together, so be it. But as it stands right now, let's stop this nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. Why do I mean the word nonsense? Nonsense in the sense that we generalize. You can say yourself or the people that you know or your family have decided that this is not what you want. That's fine. But to generalize that the Hausas don't like Yorubas, the Yorubas don't like, you can say some people don't, and it's acceptable. You can't just say that because I know my sister married in a different place. So are you saying to me, I'm going to disown my sister because of I'm going to hate her, or the people that married her hate her? Is that what you're telling me? That that person that married my sister, who have looked after her very well, that hates her because we want a different Nigeria. I've told this story before. In 2001, when I was traveling to Egypt, I went to Kano. I stopped at Cairo airport. For some reason, they singled me out. I don't know why they started to single me out. A lot of us, because we are on transit, right? They singled me out. I was there. It was a northern family. I don't know them. If I see that family, I wouldn't recognize them. It's about 6 of them. For some reason, the lady just turned back. She said, are you okay and everything? I said, I'm not sure why they stopped me. She now called the husband. I don't know what they said. So they all came back because they're supposed to go before me, right? They not come back and say, we're going to wait for you to find out why they singled you out. So are you not telling me that those people that stood there and with me, in as much as, yes, at the end of the day, we all enter the flight, I'm going to hate them because you don't like them? Is that the kind of Nigeria we want? Is that the kind of people we are? If you don't like people, say you don't like them. If your group don't like the people, say your group don't like them. But do not generalize, because some of us have met people from different tribes who have played a good part in our lives and continue to play a good part in our lives. Right? I'm not here to say you have to agree with me, but let's be very, very mindful, because I have a family member who married in a different tribe. And those people have looked after her. And I'm very proud of those people. You're telling me how some people don't like Igbos, Igbos don't like Yorubas. Where do you get your statistics from, sir? Anyway, enough of this, right? That's my position in this, but I'm not, it's just so personal for me. It's very, very personal. This is how we destroy this country. This is how we destroy this country. And we don't want to learn from it. Every single day we're on space, we're on Twitter doing bigotry and everything. Those individuals, all the candidates that contested for election, people from different tribes work for them. But people have allowed us to believe that these people don't like us. If somebody don't like it, personalize it. That you have a problem with somebody who's from a different tribe, I would understand that. But this idea that an Hausa person don't like a Yoruba person don't like an Igbo person don't like a Yoruba person is nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. Guys, I'm going to end this space now because this is very, very, it's a little bit too personal for me, and just don't like it when we do things, right? Then, some of us, some people that married foreigners, then we're going to kick them out. If the Nigerian people want to divide the country, at a point, let them divide the country if they want to. But I will not stand and see somebody generalize. Do we have Igbos who don't like Hausas? Absolutely. Do we have Igbos who don't like Yorubas? Absolutely. Do we have Yorubas who don't like Igbos? Yes. Do we have Yorubas who don't like Hausas? Yeah. Do we have Hausas who don't like Yorubas? Do we have Fulanis who don't like this and that? Yes. But we cannot generalize. I choose not to be part of that because I work with every tribe. And these people that I work with have not seen me as somebody else. If they have seen me as somebody else, they have not shown, because I work with them. And I'm very proud I'm working with every tribe in Nigeria. Big Sam, please, sorry, Dutch, you raised your hand earlier on. Please go ahead. I'm going to end this space because this is very, very, very personal.
Thank you, Mindset. Thank you, and thank you so much. When someone said you were a youth, it didn't He wasn't coming by the term of age. You see, your room shapes opinion, both Nigerians and people from the international community. I thank you so much for your pushback. And I tell people, like you said now, I can understand where you're coming from. Nigeria has happened to everybody. This sectional, this primitive ideology of political Islam, Biafra or Yoruba rule, it has failed. Let's push Nigeria on a negotiation table. It has happened to all of us. I thank you so much. Continue to speak up for Nigerians. Continue to interject and ask those pertinent questions where they fail to ask. Thank you. I yield.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Dixon, you raised your hand quickly, sir. So we're going to come back tonight and continue the platform.
Good morning, mindset. I don't know why you're angry this morning, but let me be clear. I don't know why we left the topic that we are discussing and start talking about tribal this thing. I hate hearing people saying this. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to say it. So let me go straight to the topic. To start with the protest that is happening in the northern Nigeria, I will attribute that to illiteracy. For me, how my mind is that the politicians from the north since 1960 need to die by gunfiring. One is that they failed that part of the country very, very well. Had it been they invested well on education, educate our brothers in the north, educate all those young people in the north, they won't, so that when you want to do something, you know that this thing you are doing is not good, it is not right. Had it been that those politicians since that time have invested a lot in education, they will know that all these extremists killing people is not right. Taking somebody's life is not good. But you see, they fail. They use it as a gain so that they can come back and give them any small change, vote them back in power. It's only them that knows good things in life. Others don't know anything. They fail they fail that side of northern Nigeria. They fail woefully. Those politicians, I don't want to discriminate. Since 1960 till now, they failed woefully. So on the second part, mindset, I want to disagree with you because I've thought about this for a long time. I want to disagree with you that you said that our government today handled this thing well. Yeah, the reason I'm saying this is that if we allow our government, thank God that Bayo Nonoga and Boala started insulting US. Look, you're going to see the angle I'm coming from. Thank God they insulted the US senators that this or that. The reason I'm saying this, had it been the handle it well and the US calm down, the killing will continue. They will not going to do anything. The killing will continue. My prayer is that now that they have insulted the US and I know that the US is not going to back down, I want them to come and help us and stop this extremist that is killing our brothers and killing our sisters. That is the major part of it. In fact, if they are going to come tomorrow, let them come tomorrow. All these protests that they are doing is just nonsense and terrorists.
Sorry, is it from my end? Have we lost Big Sam? Oxley Technology, can you hear him?
No, I can't hear him anymore.
All right, so Big Sam, you got it.
Yeah, he's off.
Okay, then we'll I'm gonna remove him. So I'm the one removed. I'm going to remove him so he would rejoin again. The other individual, Saint Anthony, had left the platform. I did not remove him, so I know a lot of people will think I don't like his opinion, and I remove him. If I'm removing somebody from the platform, I will always let you know that I'm removing you, and I will give you my reasons why I'm removing you. Oxley Technology, good morning, sir. You have the mic.
Yeah, thank you, Mindset, for organizing this space. Okay, my contribution, I'll be very brief. Um, what is going on in Nigeria is really unfortunate because it's just a clear case of incompetence of the government. Clear, clear case of incompetence. Now, I don't know why we are paranoid or we are worried that US chose a demography of people that they are interested in. We know, if you're a Nigerian, you know that people are being killed in Nigeria. I mean, Christians, Muslims, everybody is being killed. Everybody is a victim of Nigeria. Every Nigerian citizen is a victim of the Nigerian state, right? However, I don't know why we are complaining about the interests that the US have. They're entitled to their own interests. The US government, senators, or whoever decided that their interests among the people that are being killed, that's what they are interested in. Okay? We know the truth that it's not only Christians that are being killed. Now, everybody is a victim of Nigerian state. But why are we worried or questioning the interest of the United States? They narrowed their own interest and told you, hey, sorry, this is our interest. Our interest is Christians. Okay? So why are we attacking them? Oh, you understand? If the people that are telling that are going to them to say everybody is being killed, you are making their point. You don't know it, but you're making their point. How are you making their point? Everybody is being killed. They chose their own interest, which is the Christian. So you have invariably admitted that human beings are being killed. So allow the Americans to believe what they want to believe. There is an organization that have been in Nigeria for 4 years that gathered the intelligence that led to this profiling, this categorization of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. They send people here. They have been here. So if you think it's because of what we say on social media or what we tweet on Twitter or on X is the reason why they arrived at that conclusion, you are mistaken. They have their people here. They have done their own independent investigation. If you're on this app, you would know that there are people that have been in Nigeria gathering intelligence for the US government. And those people have gathered their intelligence for 4 years. And they arrived at the conclusion that they arrived at. So you are not, it is not a Boala or Bayo Onanuga that will tell US, that will tell the truth that the US will believe. So they have believed what they want to believe based on their own intelligence. So all you need to do is to fix your country. Fix your country. And for all I care, for all I care, for all I care, has the Nigerian government failed in protecting lives in Nigeria? Yes. So allow people to make a call for Americans to come in. And if Americans can be cool, though Americans they are known to be bad actors. I agree. Anywhere they go to, they mess up the place. But if Americans can work with the government to come in and target these people and take them out, so please. Nigeria has failed in doing that. They have failed. So what are we talking about here? They have failed. They have failed for over 20 years. People have been killed. People have been unalived. So if you are from Benue or you're from Jos and you had relatives or you are from Taraba, you have people that have been killed. You won't be saying this. You have buried people. So you won't be saying this. You won't come here and be saying that. Some people are in pain. Some people have lost loved ones. Some people have lost their entire family. So let's call it what it is. For me, I am indifferent about what the US will want to do. The government has already failed, and the government has admitted it that everybody is being killed. So if they have admitted that everybody is being killed, the American narrow interest of Christians is valid. Sorry, is valid. That's where I will leave it.
Thank you very much, Osli Technology, for your wonderful submission. Yes, I agree with you. A lot of people do not know that America have been gathering intelligence, right? But the way and manner that our government responded to it is what I believe the individual, what's his name, Big Sam was making reference to, right? Because this is something that you have to handle in a diplomatic way. So for me, I believe we have not handled it the right way. Yes, they've made up their mind, but in politics, 24 hours is a long time. Never say never. Agreement can be reached at any time, right? Within the time this bill was introduced, right? It was introduced on the 9th of September. I'm not saying that would have changed anything, but you never know. Now, if indeed that, as a serious people we claim to be, right, as a serious nation, and we do not have any ambassador, we have people who reach out. we admit that we have a problem. Firstly, I have a problem, right? This is yes, I have a problem. Let me get to sit down with you, then I can tell you another side of this thing. I'm having headache, all right? Okay, you say I'm having headache, but it's not only headache I'm having. My leg still pains me, right? So I can only tell you that if I come to you and say, sir, I'm having headache, but you didn't notice that my leg is still paining me, isn't it? So we didn't do that. What I did was start calling you names and say you're an idiot. So permit me, so I'm not saying you, right? I say you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you know about headache and all these things. That's not how these things work. American foreign policy, American fence, and nothing else. A lot of people thinking that they're going to lobby the Democrats. Democrats will not do nothing for you. It's American foreign policy. You probably have 5, 6, 7, or 7 people who say, "Oh, we disagree with this thing," but majority of them, from Democrats and all these Tea parties and the Republicans, they're all going to work for the interests of America. That's where we got it wrong. We should have applied wisdom. We should have used a diplomatic way to do this. Yes, we have a problem, but this thing you guys are saying is not the way it is. There's the other side of this story. But no, that's not what we did. We didn't even take it serious, right? The little I know for the thing like the little I said the little I know. People are saying this guy don't take us serious. If they think this is a joke, and those that believe that somebody somewhere decided to do it, no, it's not one person. I can send you an article that I want you to read, right? If you read that article, you understand how many people involved in this thing. There's a lot of think tank groups, there's a lot of institutes, there's a lot of people involved that are not even Nigerians. These different groups are different party groups. Because I see people try to blame the opposition, I can send you that article, sir. And I want you, if I have access to you, I can send it to you so you can read it. This is how we got it wrong. We don't take this thing serious. All right? Thank you very, very much for your wonderful submission as always. It's been a while I've not seen you on the platform, but good to have you here. Now, Wake Up Africa, I saw your comment. I don't want to go back to it. I saw what you said, right? And I don't want to go back to that. I'm not all right, so guys, I'm not here to entertain your. If I'm wasting my time finding unity, that's my own responsibility. Okay. Now you can go somewhere and do your divide Nigeria somewhere else, please. And I don't want to get involved. Mr. Wake Up Africa, I saw your response. You talked about people, LP, the candidate, and everything. It's not all the Yorubas that hate him. So I don't want to involve in all this tribal thing. So if your contribution is going to take me back to what I've addressed already, please do not do that. Right? My problem here is I am not saying everybody from the south like everybody from the west. What I'm saying is we cannot generalize. So you have the mic, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mindset. I don't think I'm going to dabble into that. I just say that when you guys was having that conversation. Anyway, I'm just going to go back to what I wanted to say. The last time, your last space, I was going to speak, and then obviously the internet was playing up, which you yourself knew, and then I didn't complete my sentence. So anyway, the point I was going to make regarding what is going on in Nigeria is guys killing and the government response, and the things I think about it is this. You see, first and foremost, I think sometimes in Nigeria, there's this culture we have of, not addressing issues the way it is. We just get emotional and then we start, taking sides and what have you not. Now, the question I always ask when people come out and say, everybody is dying, everybody is being killed. And I ask many people this question: who is doing this killing? What is their objective? What do they intend to achieve? So personally, I am of the view that there is an undertone, there is an underground plan, a larger plan about what these people want to do, which is ultimately to take over, kill a lot of Christians, and then their end game is to take over Nigeria by Islamizing it. You see, because when you look at the long-term plan of what these people are doing, you see, and how the military has colluded with them over very many years, and how there seems to be silence as regards when it comes to treating these people harshly, you will see that there is a grand plan in place, unbeknown to so many Nigerians. because due to lack of critical thinking to understand what is going on. I'm going to cite an example. You see, Nigeria is a country that has military and police and intelligence and DSS. And in the heart of Abuja, this said terrorist came to Kuje prison and was there for hours shooting gun and to free their people that was held or they were held in Kuje prison in the heart of Abuja. What did the government do? What did the military do? Till today, if I'm wrong, anyone can prove me wrong or correct me. What was the military's reaction to that? How were those terrorists able to undermine Nigerian military in the heart of Abuja, right, for hours and free people from Kuje prison and went away unharmed? How did it happen? For me, those kind of things drives me crazy because I just can't process it in my head that in a country that goes around doing Operation Python dance, for a military that goes around subduing its own citizens in different areas of the country, then when things of this nature happens, you find them wanting. And that is the reason why somebody like T.Y. Danjuma said that the military collude. But then let me come back from that. You see, America has identified that Christians are being killed in parts of the country. And then I ask the question, how many Christians need to be killed before you actually term it genocide? How many? Can anybody give me the number that needs to be killed for it to be termed genocide? I haven't gotten any answer. And what has the Nigerian military done? Absolutely nothing. And somebody said, well, America should come and negotiate with them so they can work together to achieve this objective. How can you come to work together with somebody who is actually sponsoring and siding with the terrorists to carry out their actions? How are you going to do that? You've had news of even ex-military officers who said this is their experiences. So to say that anybody should come and start with Nigeria, for me, he said, no, because you would never achieve your look. If Nigerian government, for example, had very smart people who know so much about politics and about diplomacy, and they were able to convince America to say, oh no, what is happening now is this, we're going to deal with that. America backs down. I swear to Almighty God, this thing will continue. My fear is that may it never come that they can convince America to say we'll handle this. As soon as America backs down, they will even use it for campaign. They will tell you, say, you went to America and what did America do? And the killing would intensify. And in years to come, we might not be here anymore because this will have a strategy. So Biden is America should step in and solve this problem now. Somebody says that your resources, which resources has benefited you or your family or me or anybody in Nigeria? No, it hasn't. So if America is coming to spend $1 billion to fight this war, they should take $2 billion as their profit from whatever resource they want, even if it be gold or you want. They need to pay for their expenses. That is business. So that's my position. So what I want to stir up in us today is let us ask the hard questions. Why is it that the Nigerian military now went to Sierra Leone and won the war there, went to Liberia, won the war there, goes around the country doing Operation Python dance, Operation Alafia, this operation, this, they come to these terrorists, they become crippled, they become powerless. So there is a conspiracy going on that says to me that the ultimate goal of these people is to Islamize Nigeria. And they are doing that by stacking Christian communities in their ancestral homelands. And Nigerians are IDPs in their own country, and people are playing politics. This money, what Payadonika is talking about is people be losing polling booths and blah, blah, when the man is not on the ballot. And this is the government that you want to take serious. See, Nigeria is not an ideal country. In an ideal environment, serious questions will be asked. The president hasn't even spoken to Nigerians, even with all this happening. We know when people will die and he will jump on his flight and go to France for 2 weeks. Anyway, I don't want to take too much of your time. I've seen your hands. I'll end it there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wake up, Africa. I hope everybody is awake and they are listening to you. So, guys, we're going to come back hopefully tonight. We're going to continue the conversation. Please, those on the speaker section, you've got to keep your permission brief. I'm trying to see how I'm going to share this. A lot of people are asking for the article. Unfortunately, I've decided not to tweet for the time being. And all right, Williams, go ahead. Let me figure out how I'm going to share this article to. I don't want to tweet it. I just want to put it on the jumbotron so people who are interested will go and read it. William, please go ahead.
Mindset, good morning. Thank you for all you do for this country, man. Mindset. I think the problem here, Mindset, I think it's been way too far that the Nigerian government has ignored a lot of the sentiment that people from different part of this country has and how this country has been governed. And that, so long as we don't address this fundamental, we cannot move this country forward. I said I've had the opportunity to grow up in the US. I currently live in Germany. If you live here in Bavaria, where I currently reside in Germany, you could see the people from the up north of Germany and the people in the Bavaria, they don't agree. But there's one common thing that unites them, the law. And those laws stand to be the every law that everybody abides about abiding in this country. All right. So if somebody do anything, right, same justice that is carried out to the person from up north or up south or west is same justice that is meted out to everybody. But you see in Nigeria, we keep playing games. There is different set of rules for people from the north. There's different set of rules from the south. There's different set of rules from those in the west. And we keep thinking that we have a country. You cannot build a country by the kind of way we lived in Nigeria until our politicians step up to the plate. You see this thing that America has started now? It's either we ourselves, Americans are not coming to do it, but we ourselves, we're going to either raffle this until we stand up to the plate that we need to build a country that actually benefits everybody, that we have one justice system for everybody. Then we'll find a country. I yield myself. We'll come back in the evening and continue. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, William. Thank you for the wonderful summary. And thank you for always speaking to time. I don't know how you do it, but if every other speaker will be like you, life will be very easy for me. Guys, I'm not saying you guys are not doing well, but let's try and see if we can beat Mr. William in his timekeeping. Thank you, guys. Big Sam, you have the mic, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mindset. Like what I would be saying before, that I disagree with you on you saying that our government didn't handle this this thing well. I like the way they didn't handle it well, so that Trump and his government will come and help us and settle all these terrorists, this thing, and Nigerians live freely. So that is why I said I disagree with you. I like the way that Donne Bola and Ononoga and the others that Tinubu appoint did this stuff. So let America come and help us. And once again, thank you for all you have been doing, leaving your family, leaving your children, and be carrying Nigerian matter on your head, and people don't appreciate. Thank you for all you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you, guys, for always being here. My family are still around here. It's just that I'll find a way to put myself in one room and lock it up. And sometimes you can hear people knocking on the door, like, "What are you still doing there?" Right? So maybe they will tell you you didn't have not had your breakfast, you have not had your dinner, your food is cold and everything. These are the things that one is going through, but they're still around. You can hear them. It's quite difficult sometimes for me to record these spaces because I do not want the noise. But thank you, guys. Without you guys, there is no space. Guys, let's try and see what we can do. Where we can help. If need be for us to help, we gotta do it. This country belongs to each and every one of us. Big Sam say he disagree with me, that he was quite happy that Ononoga and the rest of them made a mistake. I'm looking at it from a political point of view, right? Because of my work, right? I'm a consultant, right? I'm a political analyst. So when I look at things, I look at it from a different angle. If I'm in their in position, what will I do? So for you, again, but for me, in as much as I'm not working with them, right? I just look at it. Why is it that we cannot see this thing this way, right? So you have every right to disagree with me, but that's okay. Before we round up, there's an individual that asked me to send him the article, sir. Let me quickly read out your name, sir. Because I've sent it to your DM. Sorry, your name is Mr. Joshua. Mr. Joshua Ugo. I believe I pronounced it the right way. Please, can you have a look at your DM? I've just sent you the article that you requested. If you have not received it, please do let me know. So, okay, yes, thank you, thank you. So I'm gonna send you only that one. Let me this others articles I will send to you so you can actually read them. So guys, I do not believe we have any other person, right? Our co-host have run away. Captain has run away. He's no longer here, but I think he might be having some network challenges. Um, all right. So what you said, let's not forget from the Goodluck Jonathan administration, America was involved, but these Northern state actors and the syndicate was in the security apparatus connived to protect, arm, and inform Boko Haram on all the U.S. military approach plot before it happened. I mean, we do not want that. We want a situation where we can work together and save this great country. Okay, we have 18 people requesting for the mic. We are rounding up in the next 8 minutes. Should we then leave these guys and come back tonight? Do we agree?
Yes,
Guys,
let's have it in the night. And another thing, we are in diaspora. It is very, very somehow not favorable to us because sometimes we wake up, people have already finished. Sometimes we'll be sleeping, you are on space. So if you can adjust small and also consider us that are also here, that are not in Nigeria. Thank you.
all right, do we have anybody speaking to those in Nigeria? So those in diaspora say we should move the spaces to a different time. Do we have anybody? We're in a cause of, in the Nigerian, so this time is saying money spaces is not favorable. A lot of them in diaspora. Do we all agree? So we're going to be holding these spaces later in the evening. I mean evening with between 12, sometimes we stay there till 3 o'clock in the morning. We don't have anybody speaking for those in Nigeria.
Mindset, I think the thing is, it just depends on your own time. We have to conform. I mean, we all have different, depending on what you do and what time your work is. I mean, that's what I'm usually home in the morning, depending on what what time what my job is. So it just depends on individuals. But we can work to a time. We can always find a way. If we don't squeeze in the morning, we can always squeeze in the evening. So I think it depends on you, really.
Okay, that's the right answer. Forget about this. It's not putting into consideration. He doesn't know my situation. But the thing is, the ones we would do in the morning, we do in the morning. The ones we do in the evening, we do in the evening. Those who miss morning, perhaps you catch up the evening one, right? We just gonna make sure we carry everybody along. I mean, I must commend every one of you. It's always a pleasure coming on this platform, interacting, agreeing, disagreeing, and at the end of the day, we find a way to continue to see what we can do to move this great country forward. Our great country needs everybody's hands on deck. And if there's any advice you can give, even if the president don't want to take it, if they don't want to accept it, please put it out there. Then you can go to bed fast. At least I tried my best, right? If there's anything you can do and don't put yourself in danger that you think is needed, please do so. Do so. America might come, America might decide not to come. We don't know what's going to happen, right? At the end of the day, whether America comes in, America goes back, we only have Nigeria as a country. I want to wish you guys well, and I will see you guys sometime this evening, hopefully, hopefully. And if you want me to send you the article, please do indicate, and I will find a way to send it to you. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you sometime this evening. God bless you. Thank you.
la 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 la.